All right, welcome back to another episode of Projecting Grandeur. Really excited to be here today. In Projecting Grandeur, we explore stories of purpose, passion, personal growth, and today I am thrilled to have a truly inspiring guest, Oscar Kemjika, with us. As a former track and athlete, turned into a fitness entrepreneur, Oscar has dedicated his journey to empowering others through fitness and community initiatives. Oscar, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Ron. I'm so excited to be here.
Awesome. Well, it's a pleasure and it's all mine, I promise you. So, just kind of starting out with everybody here, just so they can get a feel for your background. Your journey spans from a track athlete to a fitness entrepreneur. And
Yes.
I'm curious about the pivotal moments where you transitioned from track athlete to starting out IBeFit, your company. Kind of
Yes.
what was that experience like, and what were those pivotal moments, for you in that transition?
Yeah, so it started a sophomore year in high school. That's when it all started for me as a track athlete. Before track, it was basketball. My height didn't quite catch up to my talent in that area, but I fell in love with running because I excelled at it. My track coach at the time convinced me to stick with it and not go back to try out for the varsity basketball team. So instead, I tried out for the varsity track team, made it, and the rest is history from there. I think progression was easy. 800 meter specialist, 400 meter also, and I ran the mile relay, also ran the 1500. And I think that was the birth of me understanding that training hard and putting myself through, the physical tortures of practice and all of that can, breathe what I became. I became an elite track athlete, not quite Olympic level, but very close. And yeah, that really sparked me to become who I am today as a fitness professional.
That's awesome. Well, it seems like the name IBeFit, which is very cool, by the way,
Yeah.
but it seems to carry a deeper meaning. Can you share the philosophy behind it?
Wow, it's pretty deep. So IB is Ebonics. I grew up in the Bronx, New York, influenced by hip hop, fitness, and fashion, all intertwined into one, which is what my brand embodies. So Ebonics is part of hip hop. So when you say I be, like I be great, like I be fit, it's kind of like saying I am, right? It's a self declaration, right? So it's kind of slang Ebonics. But IBE is actually my middle name. I'm of Nigerian descent, so it's pronounced Ibe, which is short for Ibe Zim, which means I learned from my companions in Igbo language, or my mates have taught me to be wise. That's the meaning. So IB now, to take those first three letters, the Ebonics part, the IB is self-declaration, plus my middle name, short for Ibe Zim, IBE, Ibe. And then also the fit part with the hyphen in between. I grew up as a Jay-Z fan, and Jay-Z has a hyphen in his name, right? Jay hyphen Z, right? So I just thought that it would be cool to have a hyphen, to separate the IB with the fit. And then there you go, IB Fit was born.
Wow, 6 letters, and there's a deep meaning behind 6 letters. That is a lot. I had no idea there was that much to it, but that's a pretty cool story.
Yeah.
Well, tell me, how did your experience at the 2016 Nigerian Olympic trials influence your approach to fitness and really to coaching as well?
So that experience allowed me to really tap into my inner superhero. I didn't think that I can excel that greatly in the 800 meter. It took me a while to push even beyond college. I joined Central Park Track Club in 2014. I had a training partner who was an Olympian in the 2012 Olympics in London, Julius Mutekanga from Uganda. He pushed me in practices. It wasn't easy. I had to really come with my A game all the time. And then in one season, in 2014, I dropped from a 155 in 800 down to a 151, right? So that was the start of me believing in myself that I can keep going and that I can push to that elite level, which I did. And in 2016, at the Nigerian Olympic trials, or prior to that, I ran my personal best, 148 in the 800 meter, which is a respectable time, but it's not quite the standard, right? So I fell short by a couple of seconds, but that whole run between 2014 up until the 2016 trials was just me stepping on the track and proving to myself again and again that I have what it takes.
Wow. Well, I mean, to be like as not a runner, but a guy who can run, like I have no I mean, that speed is just unfathomable in my stature. Like, there's no way I can move like that. That is,
Yeah.
you should be like that's impressive.
Thank you.
So I know that you got a really cool 5K invitation coming up. It's now, I believe, in its fifth year, which is really exciting.
Yes.
What inspired you to start this event, and kind of how's it evolved in the last 5 years?
Oh man, it started with just a conversation with a friend back during the pandemic in 2021 when everybody was locked up in their houses and scared to go outside. We were outside, we were doing things. We went out there to Van Cortlandt Park for a group run, and right after the run, we were just there. Our competitive juices flying, after doing hill repeats. Just asked me, hey, have you ever thought of just hosting a 5K? I'm like, I would love to do that. Let's do it. But it was more of a circular thing between our friends, not like a community thing. That was the first initial thought. And then I went home that evening and I thought about it like, maybe I should try to put something together. I didn't think I would get it. First of all, you have to apply for a permit. It's a whole process. And because it was 2021 during the pandemic, that might have given me an advantage because not everybody was applying for permits at the time. Obviously, we're still in a lockdown situation. Not many people were looking to host events. So I pretty much, I don't want to call it luck, but I was blessed with timing and favor to get, the permit. So I started with, applying for the permit through the recreational park system in New York City. After that, you pay a fee, you apply, you set the date, the location, and all those good stuff. And then I got approved. And before you know it, the date was set. First annual was on Saturday, June 3rd, I believe it was, 2021. That was the first annual 5K. It might have been the 5th, June 3rd. No, it was the 5th, yeah. Saturday, June 5th, 2021, if I'm not mistaken. First Saturday in June. So that's been a tradition ever since 2021. This is the 5th year.
That is very cool. Very cool. So, Van Cortlandt Park, for people who don't know kind of that area, obviously it's in New York City, but can you describe the race course and people who are participating, what are they going to expect on race day?
First of all, Van Cortlandt is one of the toughest courses in the Northeast region. Let me just say that. It's pretty hilly. The back hills are unforgiving. It's a lot of, it's trail, it's some grass, and you have gravel. And a lot of it is, most of the race is the back hills from a mile to about a mile and, let's say a mile and a quarter to about 1.3 hills. And the rest is downhill, and then of course you're going back to the flats. One of the things that is a very beautiful park, by the way, very beautiful scenery. It's a hidden gem in the Bronx. For those of you who've never been to Van Cortlandt Park and you're in the New York City area, please go visit that park. There's so much to see. They have a golf course, a beautiful golf course. They have like soccer fields. It's beautiful. I would advise you to go visit that park. But yeah, the course is challenging. We encourage people to walk and jog and go at their own pace as long as they finish. All finishers get some hardware. You get a medal to as proof in the pudding that you completed the course, and it's a beautiful event.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. So if you're not in New York and you can't make it to the Bronx, which one of these days I need to go out there and be there for June so I can run this with you. Although I
Yeah.
need at least a 2 or 3 minute, maybe even 5 minute head start here to feel good about myself. Uh, but for those that are unable to attend in person, is there any virtual options available?
Yes, we do have a virtual option available. You can sign up on onesignup.com. And when you sign up for the virtual, you have a whole month. You have until the end of June, really July 1st, midnight. So 11:59, July 1st, 2025, to submit your time. And how you do that is you can use a running app. There's Strava, there's Nike Run Club, any running app, and you screenshot your results. It has to be 3.1. Can't be anything short of 3.1 with all of the splits and everything, and then send a selfie or a small short video, sweating and all, as proof that you've completed the 5K. And then upon registration, you put all of your details, your shipping information, and your medal will be shipped to you.
That- That's very cool. I've actually never done a virtual race before, but that's such a great idea to allow everyone to be a part of it. So beyond fundraising, Does the does the 5K Invitational foster community engagement and community awareness, or what's the cause?
So say that again. Sorry.
Yeah, so regarding the 5K itself, is the goal to foster community engagement and promote health awareness?
Yes, yes, that is the goal. I have two organizations for the past 3 years that I've been donating back to. One is Good News to Scholars. That is a friend's nonprofit organization that has been sending kids to school via scholarships for the past 3, 4 years. And the other one is my church, our building fund. We are still in the process of completing a building project that we started about 6 years ago.
Awesome. That's really
Yep.
cool. And so what role does IBeFit brand play in motivating participants and really the broader community of the Bronx and New York City?
We have things from a Tuesday evening community initiative that we started last year with Councilman Kevin C. Riley here in the Bronx of District 12. And that's free of charge. That's every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. We've been doing that since January of 2024. So that's giving back to the community, encouraging health and fitness through group exercise. The other thing is health fairs. I'm also a part of my church committee, reaching out to the outreach program. We have health fairs, annual health fairs, where I conduct group exercise classes and then also encourage health and fitness. Um, then we just did last fall Have an Apple event, which is my 501c3 that I founded some years ago. Finally, that was the first event though, so I got some work to do there, and we educating people about healthy eating and healthy living, and we're just trying to connect and plug in with the community because we know that to leave a lasting impact, you got to touch those. It takes a village, right? And we're trying to educate the community on the importance of health and wellness and healthy lifestyle.
I love that, man. You've done so much good. Like, obviously being at the athletic level that you were and being able to pay that forward and help kind of your community, it's just really cool. And I love the message behind it. As you think about the future of IBeFit and you think about, your overall impact on wellness and philanthropy, how do you envision that? Like, what are your goals? What do you want to have happen? It's such an exciting time for you. Like, I just love to hear more about where you see this thing going.
So I want to do more for the community impact. Obviously, this 5K invitation has been a staple for the past 5 years, but I do see myself doing more in that arena when it comes to different sporting events. Last year, in addition to the Have an Apple health, we had a health fair. In addition to that, we want to make sure that we have a community sports day because people were asking me about, I don't want to run. What about doing something for basketball and soccer? Or what about doing something for baseball and different sports, right? So we did have one where we partnered with Councilman Riley and District 12 last August. That was the first Saturday in August of last year. We had one in Hafen Park in the Bronx. So more sporting events, and then more workshops to help educate, people. And then moving forward, I would like to partner with other organizations that are also doing things in the realm of health and fitness because it's all about making an impact, and that's how I want to continue to grow my brand, right? And not just in New York, not just in New York City, but also partnering with people in the West Coast. I know you're out there in Utah. Why not? Why not do a workshop out in Utah and the West Coast and in Cali? I have some folks in Cali as well, in Texas. I really see my brand expanding far beyond just New York.
I love it. I mean, the logo is pretty darn cool. I'd be happy to wear one of those. So,
Thank you. I
well,
got you. I got you.
I appreciate it. Uh, so there's a lot of people out there that they've got a passion about something and they want to do more. They want to help with their community service, and you've kind of figured this out. How do you take something that you're really good at, like athletics? How do you take something you're really passionate about helping others, live their best life and using health and wellness and fitness and nutrition as a vehicle, and then you combined it with community service? It's like the trifecta of good, and not everybody can perfect that. Like, how do you what advice would you give to people looking to take those passions and kind of melding them together with community service?
First off, you got to identify your why, right? Have a strong enough why, and it has to be something beyond yourself, right? Try to tap into that reason for you to look for a thing in the community or a problem that needs to be solved, right? And then also look for what you can bring, your skill set, your knowledge, and then partner with other people that are doing the same or something similar, right? It takes a village, it takes a community effort. It's not just a one man show, and I have been blessed to come across people that are willing to help. I mean, obviously, since I've been hosting this 5K, there's been so many people reaching out to me. Let's do this together. Let's do this community event together. Let's host at this health fair. So before you know it, you just put yourself out there. Before you know it, there's going to be some like-minded individuals that will want to help you, right? Because we're not in this world alone, right? Everybody has something to service and help someone else, right? So I would say start with your why, identify it, and look for other people to help you along the way.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. When you think about success, both on a personal level and on a professional level, how would you define it from your vantage point?
Oh man. Okay, so as an athlete, right? So my idea of success, and I'm sure many athletes can attest to this, is always improvement. Did I improve my time from my previous performance? That's how I measure success, right? In other areas too, the PR, your personal record, it could be your bench press, right? I'm on a bench press 250. I'm at 235 now. I got to get 15 more up. But it's really self improvement. I think success is really how do you be better than yesterday or leave the world better than it was yesterday? Because we internalize it so much, but it's beyond, like I said, it's beyond just yourself. If you look at success beyond what you can do for you and what you can do for others, service should be your measure, right? Did I do more for someone else? Did I improve somebody else's life? And did I make their life better than it was yesterday? As a fitness professional, the biggest compliment that I ever got was a client that became a personal trainer. So far, I have two of those under my belt, all these years doing this. And that's the greatest compliment for me because I helped shape their lifestyle to another level where they can help shape other people's lifestyle. So I paid it forward exponentially, right? That's success in my eyes, right? So leaving
Yeah.
the world a better place, or if you want to have it internalized, improving, becoming better than you were yesterday. That's how I measure success. All that other stuff, the material stuff, well, that comes with, um, just having a good heart and just trying to push forward and be the best you can be.
Need more good people in this world, Oscar. I like it. That's the message. So, two questions for you. If people want to find out more about the 5K, both the virtual and the in-person options, is there a website? Where can they go? And I'll add the links to the episode. But
Yes.
is there a place that they can go for that?
Yes, absolutely. So the run sign up, that's where you would register for the 5K, both in person and virtual. It's on run sign up, and you can supply the link as well. The other thing is through my social media page. That's IBeFIT underscore on Instagram. IBeFIT underscore on Instagram. The link is there as well. But just go through the run sign up link. You'll find it straight on. Just register, and yeah, it's everyone gets the medal. It's you just participate, and you become part of something special, a community that's continuing to grow and make an impact.
I think it's great. Yeah, and I'll make sure to share the registration pages on this episode as well. And then if people want to reach out to you, is social the best way? Email? Like, how do you want people to reach out if they have questions for you, or maybe even they want to, learn more about IBeFit? Like, where should they go?
Yeah, they can email me. My email is on my socials. Like I said, IBeFIT underscore. That's Instagram. IBeFIT underscore. That's IBeFit underscore on Instagram. And yeah, my email is on there as well. They can email me if they have any questions on how to become part of the IBeFit community.
Awesome. Well, that's great. Well, listen, Oscar, it is an honor and a privilege to talk to you. Going from elite athlete to, really kind of helping the world become fit and healthy and now giving back and really helping communities. It's just, I tip my hat to you, my friend. You are living the dream and it shows. And I can tell from your smile and excitement about life that you love what you do. So keep on doing it.
All right. Thank you, Ron. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
All right. And to everyone else, don't forget to connect with Oscar. I'll add his contact information so you can reach out to him. And if you're in New York City, this course sounds beautiful. You don't want to miss it. And if not, do the virtual one. But thanks for tuning in. And don't forget, like, comment, and share because sharing is caring, everyone. Have a great day. Signing off with Oscar. Take care, everyone.
Thank you. Take care.